After Toby Keith's passing, his family expected to find memories and keepsakes that spoke to his remarkable life. But when they opened his garage, they stumbled upon something no one could have imagined. Hidden away behind the everyday tools and oil-stained floor was a discovery that revealed a deeply personal side of Toby Keith, something that wasn't about fame, fortune, or music, but about family and legacy. Toby Keith passed away on February 5, 2024, at just 62 years old. It was a heartbreaking day for the world of country music. He left behind a legendary career and, more importantly, an irreplaceable presence in the lives of his family, fans, and fellow musicians. He died peacefully at home, surrounded by his loved ones, after a long and courageous 2-year battle with stomach cancer. Toby had been open about his health struggles, facing them with honesty and grit, never hiding from the truth and always trying to inspire others with his strength. Diagnosed in 2021, he endured chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation, yet he refused to let the illness define him. In fact, he even returned to the stage in 2023 for select performances, proving that his love for music and performing was stronger than his pain. Throughout his career, Toby Keith built a reputation as one of the giants of American country music. He won 5 Academy of Country Music Entertainer of the Year awards, received the Merle Haggard Spirit Award, and was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. His songs, from courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue to Should Have Been a Cowboy, became anthems woven into the fabric of American culture. His passing felt like losing a storyteller of the nation's soul. Tributes poured in instantly, not just from fans, but also from his children and fellow artists. His daughter Crystal called him her hero. His son Stellan described him as a figure of strength and guidance. Fans across the globe shared memories and concert clips, while country stars spoke of his bold individuality and refusal to bow to industry pressure. The world had lost not just a star, but a man whose authenticity made him larger than life. Away from the stage, Toby Keith's personal sanctuary was his Oklahoma estate, Dreamwalkin' Farms, purchased in the early 2000s. This 160-acre property was more than a symbol of success. It was home. The nearly 9,000-square-foot house was designed for family comfort rather than show, with open living areas, a home theater, and a kitchen that became the heart of the home. The grounds featured a private fishing lake, a racquetball court, and a cabana for relaxing afternoons. It was where Toby and his wife, Tricia, raised their children, celebrated milestones, and enjoyed peace away from the spotlight. But there was one place on the property that was uniquely Toby: his massive garage. This wasn't just a place for cars, it was a museum of American muscle and memory. Inside sat his beloved 1969 Mach 1 Mustang, a bold, roaring symbol of ambition. His 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass, a balance of strength and comfort that mirrored both his career and family life. His 1977 Pontiac Trans Am, a playful nod to Smokey and the Bandit. And his most treasured vehicle, a restored 1963 Chevy Impala that once belonged to his father. Each car told a story. The Mustang roared of drive, the Cutlass hummed with balance, the Trans Am shouted nostalgia, and the Impala whispered legacy. For Toby, cars weren't just machines, they were keepers of memories, reflections of where he came from and what he stood for. And yet, hidden in that same garage was something far more personal than chrome and horsepower. Tucked away in a quiet corner, the family found an unfinished handwritten letter addressed to Tricia and the kids. It wasn't polished or public, it was raw, vulnerable, and deeply human. In it, Toby wrote about his gratitude for quiet mornings at home, his regrets about the road taking him away from bedtime moments, and his hope that his children would always choose love over applause. The letter stripped away the performer and revealed the husband and father who cherished his family above all else. Each half-finished sentence carried the weight of his love, his regrets, and his desire to be remembered not just for his music, but for his devotion to those closest to him. Financially, Toby had prepared carefully for his family's future. At the time of his passing, his net worth was estimated at around $400 million. built not only from record sales but also from his record label, his restaurant chain, his mezcal brand, and smart investments like his early stake in Big Machine Records. After his diagnosis in 2021, he signed his will in early 2022, ensuring that his wife Tricia and their children would be secure. More than dividing assets, the will reflected his desire to protect his family's privacy, with probate documents sealed to keep sensitive details safe. Even at his weakest, Toby was thinking of his loved ones first. Tributes from the country music world captured the impact of his loss. Blake Shelton called him the toughest man he ever knew. Dolly Parton described him as one of the greats in every way. Carrie Underwood imagined him riding into heaven, guitar in hand, ready to join the heavenly choir. Randy Houser strummed Toby's classic "I Love This Bar" in tribute. Wally Greenwood and Ricky Skaggs praised his patriotism and generosity. Toby Keith's legacy will live on not just through his songs, but through the values he carried: family, authenticity, and courage. His music gave voice to the pride, grit, and love of ordinary Americans, while his personal life showed the heart of a devoted husband and father. And now, thanks to his simple unfinished letter in a garage full of memories, his family holds a piece of him that the world never saw. So how should Toby Keith be remembered most? As the powerhouse performer who filled arenas, the family man who treasured his loved ones, or the patriotic voice of a generation? Perhaps the answer is all three, because in truth, that's exactly who he was.